not a high priority within the President's budget. We keep requesting money, and there's some money in there for this prison it's already been appropriated several years ago before my time in the Senate, and that money is about to lapse. We are again asking for Congress to approve money for the study to consider a prison in Leavenworth of maximum security. And the Bureau of Prisons tells us that they are interested in a prison in Leavenworth, but they won't commit to us that if we're successful in getting any money, that the prison would necessarily be pursued. So it makes it very difficult for us, but we've not given up. But there is a lot of interest by economic development, city, county officials to have some success here. And then finally, for Leavenworth, we have met with the 27th Committee on a number of occasions, a group of community leaders from across the region who are interested in trying to see that maybe more things can happen in Fort Leavenworth. We're very interested in that. There's savings or cost effectiveness that could occur if we continue to make Leavenworth the university of not only the Army but the military. A couple of developments that have occurred in my representation of you in Washington, D.C. I currently chair the Military Installation Caucus. It's a group of senators who banded together who represent the communities, in our case, Topeka, Wichita, Junction City, Manhattan, and Leavenworth, that have military installations to promote those installations, but also to encourage the funding, to promote community efforts to welcome and care for our soldiers and their families. And we're just this past week have asked the Armed Services Committee to make certain that the downsizing, particularly of the Army, is stopped. I'm of the view that the present and the consequences of sequestration are too dramatic in reductions in military spending. And as you know, the Army's plan is to reduce the men and women in uniform from 490,000 men and women to 450. And if sequestration is fully implemented, down to 420,000, which has, in my view, significant consequences to defending our country, but also significant consequences to communities across Kansas that host military installations. I have a military advisory committee. The general, who is over here now, serves on that committee. Bob Hewlin serves on that committee. General Arter, who was here earlier, serves on that committee. We invited them to Washington, D.C. We had a meeting with the Secretary of the Army and a couple of undersecretaries, mostly related to facilities and manpower. And I can tell you that the Fort Leavenworth is highly regarded by Secretary McHugh, and just in broad terms, understands the value of consolidating education of the military at Fort Leavenworth. Maybe let's go to work.